What's up, guys? This is the second part of my Batman Anthology reviews. Last time I reviewed both Batman '89 and and Batman Returns. This time I'm going to review Batman Forever and Batman and Robin. But first, I'm starting with Batman Forever. So this was released. Let's see. This was the third movie in the initial franchise, released June 16, 1995, with a runtime of 2 hours and 2 minutes. The budget was $100 million and made over $336.5 million. That's a lot of money. So basically, let's see. It says Batman Forever's tone is significantly different from the previous installments, becoming more family-friendly since Warner Brothers considered that the previous film, Batman Returns, failed to outgrow its predecessor due to parents' complaints over the violence and dark overtones. So, due to that, Burton was, demoted to a producer role, and Joel Schumacher was brought in to direct the movie. And once Burton was, demoted, like I said, to producer role, Keaton left the project and was replaced by Val Kilmer in the role of Batman. Schumacher got basically removed the dark dystopian atmosphere of Burton's films by drawing inspiration from the Batman comic books of the Dick Sprang era, as well as the 1960s TV show. This movie was, like I said, released June 16, 1995, receiving mixed reviews, but was a financial success, and became the 6th highest-grossing film of '95. Fun fact for you. The first Toy Story movie was, I think, the highest-grossing movie of 1995. It's a fun fact for you people. So anyway, like I said, it's the third installment in the initial franchise, with Val Kilmer replacing Michael Keaton as Batman. The film also stars Tommy Lee Jones as Harvey Dent, Two-Face, replacing Billy D. Williams. Jim Carrey, Nicole Kidman, and Chris O'Donnell as the Riddler, Chase Meridian, and Robin, respectively. The plot focuses on Batman trying to stop Two-Face and Riddler in their villainous scheme to extract confidential information from all the minds in Gotham and use it to learn Batman's identity and bring the city under their control. He gains allegiance from a love interest psychiatrist, Dr. Chase Meridian, and a young orphan circus acrobat named Dick Grayson, who becomes his sidekick, Robin. So what do I think of this movie? I actually quite enjoyed this movie. This is something that no normal Batman fan will ever say, but this one's actually my favorite in the series. Even though I do like the Tim Burton movies. Let me get that out of the way. I do like the Tim Burton movies. But those movies just felt like they're more about the villains. And I'm not sure if that was what Burton was told to do or what, but those movies felt like they were about the villains of the film. This movie feels more like about Batman. And this is the movie that actually, unlike Tim Burton's movie, this one kind of does what Batman Begins will do later on. It dives into Bruce's psychology. We see why he's tormented, why he becomes the Batman. And there's a deleted scene that I wish had been left in the movie. Speaking of, this movie originally was 2 hours and 40 minutes, but I'm guessing either the studio wanted a lighter tone, or just because of time and pace. Probably both reasons. This movie was severely cut down to 2 hours and 2 minutes, like I said earlier. But fun fact for you guys: this movie was almost nearly 3 hours, just like The Dark Knight Rises. Hopefully they will release that. I'm not sure, but I would like them to release that cut, that extended uncut edition, whatever you can call it. Anyway, like I said, no more Batman fan would ever say this. But I like this movie. Even with liking the Tim Burton movies, those movies feel like they were more just about the villains. Batman was barely in those movies. This movie is more Batman related, I think. Because, like I said, I'm just repeating myself, but I kind of have to get back where I was. That this would do what Batman Begins would do later on. This did what Batman Begins would do later on, where it kind of focuses on the psychology of Batman, why he becomes Batman, and like I said, in the deleted scene, we see that Bruce is basically partly to blame for his parents being killed. Because he wanted to go out and see a movie, his parents didn't want to go, but he kept begging and begging until they finally went. And then that's when they're killed by Jack Napier, played by Jack Nicholson in the first movie, who's basically just played by a random guy in this one. But yeah, and the script was written by Lee Batchelor, I think, Janet Scott Batchelor, and Akiva Goldsman, who I think Akiva Goldsman also does the music for the movie, I think. No, Elliot Goldenthal is the one that does the music. My bad. But yeah, I do enjoy this movie a lot. It is probably the best of the original Batman movies, to me, that is. Other people may enjoy the Burton movies better, that's fine. I have no problem with you guys who do, but this is my favorite of the series. Do I have any nitpicks with the movie? For one, they kind of Michael Jackson did Two-Face, where how Michael Jackson used to be a black guy, and then years later he I guess had a surgery to become a white guy or whatever. Well, they kind of do that with Two-Face, where, you know, instead of bringing Billy D. Williams back, they get Tommy Lee Jones to play the role. And I think I said this in my Dark Knight Trilogy review years ago, but I don't really care for Tommy Lee Jones in this role. I think he's better in Men in Black. But he does what he can. Like, he's really having fun with it, I think. Jim Carrey in this movie is fucking awesome. I mean, he's kind of channeling Frank Gorshin from the old TV show, which I've only seen like the first 15 episodes of, and I watched almost the whole movie. I couldn't get through the whole thing, it was boring. But Jim Carrey here is kind of channeling Frank Gorshin, mixing it with his own recipe, I guess you could say, his own flavor in the role, and I think he does really good. Chris O'Donnell's great in this movie. He's not really that good in the next one, but I'll get into that when I review it, when I do that one. The only returning actors before I get to Nicole Kidman are Pat Hingle and Michael Gove as Gordon and Alfred, respectively. They're the only two actors to be in all four movies. But yeah, Nicole Kidman and Chris O'Donnell. I said Nicole Kidman already. Nicole Kidman, she's great. She's awesome in this movie. You know, given what she has to do in it, which is really not much. And also, when Michael Keaton was originally attached to do this movie, they were originally have Rene Russo play the role of Jason Redding. But what it was when they cast Kilmer in the role, they felt Russo was a little too old to be compatible with Kilmer, so they got rid of her and they got Nicole Kidman instead. That would have been awesome, interesting. But yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. It is my favorite in the series. So look forward to my review of what most people call the atrocity. So I will catch you guys later when I do that review. Hey guys, Sean here with my review. I'm here with my review of right there, Batman and Robin. Okie dokie doke. Alright, this movie was released back in 1997. Once again, under the direction of Joel Schumacher. It is the fourth and final film. It is the fourth and final installment in the initial Batman franchise by Warner Brothers. Like I said, this movie was directed by Joel Schumacher, written by Akiva Goldsman, stars George Clooney, Chris O'Donnell, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Uma Thurman, and Alicia Silverstone. Batman and Robin tells us the story of the dynamic duo as they try to prevent Mr. Freeze and Poison Ivy from freezing all mankind to death and repopulating the Earth with mutant plants, while at the same time struggling to keep their partnership together. This is the only film appearance of Batgirl who helps the top characters win in the end. Okie dokie done. This is also the only movie in the original franchise to not have Tim Burton attached. Which, you know, kind of sucks, but what are you gonna do? This movie was pretty much fast-tracked after the box office success of Batman Forever, which explains why it's only released 2 years apart as opposed to the traditional 3 years. The first 3 movies were all released 3 years apart. Val Kilmer was supposed to reprise his role in this movie, but due to having a schedule conflict with a movie called The Saint, he didn't let Joel Schumacher know about that. He was doing another movie until, as Joel Schumacher said, at pretty much the last hour. Schumacher had to rush to get a new Batman, and that's where George Clooney came in as the new Batman. Okay. I'm just going to say this. Okay. This movie is not as good as the other movies. Let's admit that right now. I will admit that. However, hear me out. I do get some enjoyment. Just some. Not a lot. Just enough to get me through the movie. Why, you ask? Probably ask. It is because when I was a kid, Batman and Robin was always a movie I used to watch a lot. Like, I used to watch Batman and Robin a lot as a child. Especially when I was 6 years old when it came out. I'm starting to wish I could go back and beat the living crap out of my 6-year-old self. But I was 6, didn't know any better. But what are the problems with this movie? It's basically just a 2-hour giant toy commercial. I think Kenner was the name of the toy company. They got involved with all the design works because it had to be shipped to the toy company for the toys to come out during the movie when the movie came out, etc., etc. The actors they do fine for what they're given, which is not much. I really didn't care for Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze. I don't really care much for George Clooney as Batman. He's possibly the worst Batman because he's just George Clooney in the movie. I'm sorry. I mean, I give Clooney credit because he was also doing his TV show ER at the time, so they had shit around his schedule, which, you know. I mean, if George Clooney was doing the ER show, why did they even have him in the movie? I mean, they couldn't get Val Kilmer to come back because he was doing The Saint, but yet you can get Clooney to do a movie while he's doing a TV show. Okay. Like I said, Pat Hingle and Michael Gove are the only 2 actors who appear in all 4 movies, which I'm kind of surprised that those 2 actors weren't replaced when Schumacher took over. Chris O'Donnell, I give him credit for trying, but he's just a whiny piece of shit here. Not like in Batman Forever, he's more mature. Imagine a person who matures, but this one is he immatures as he goes, which I don't blame Donald. Donald, he was given crap material apparently. He was given crap material. This was basically just. I mean, I enjoy the movie for what it is. It's a Batman movie. That's why I enjoy it that. But if that's the only reason why I enjoy it, then that's a pretty dumb reason, I guess. Anyway, music, like the last movie, was Elliot Goldenthal replacing Danny Elfman again. The movie is runtime of 2 hours and 5 minutes. The budget was between 125 and 140 million. The movie made 238.2 million. And just please tell me if this seems familiar to you, anybody. The movie starts out with the heroes in this case, suiting up. They get a long drawn-out fight scene with an established villain who's already been through his origin. That doesn't set the mood. Doesn't set up the mood or plot of the movie. Then we have a reclusive villain, a reclusive scientist person who works for Wayne Enterprises, who gets put through something, becomes the supervillain to make their project work. And the new villain and the old villain team up, decide Batman is the problem, or in this case, Batman and Robin are the problem. And then a orphan child stumbles upon Wayne Manor, and Batman has to learn that working as a team is better than working solo. Yeah, I just described pretty much both the major plot beats of Batman Forever and Batman and Robin. I mean, that's how lazy could they get? I mean, I get it. They wanted to make it, fast track it, but don't make the same movie don't pretty much make the same fucking movie. I don't know. I'm glad they canceled Batman Triumphant. Who knows what they would have done with that movie? But as far as this movie, it's not my favorite in the series, granted, but it's okay for what it is. Put it that way. I mean, if you view it like people say, if you view it as a comedy, it's good. But if you try to view it as a serious movie, it's bad. Because here's the difference. At least with Batman Forever, this one right here, it tried. Okay, give it that. It tried. Because it actually tried to balance the drama with the comedy, right? This movie, alright, you have drama and comedy, right? Okay, Batman Forever balanced it. Batman and Robin, drama go way down. It's pretty much like this. And in most movies, like you have a serious tone, they use comedy relief to kind of break the tension of the drama. This movie is quite the opposite. This movie's majority comedy, but then we sprinkle in a piece of drama every now and then to break up the tension, such as the subplot of Alfred dying. Okay. I'll give him credit for trying to kill Alfred. I'll give him credit for trying that. But it doesn't work in the comedy movie. One thing I do like is the idea of Bruce already kind of dating a girl before the movie starts, trying to break that formula. Because in the past 3 movies, he meets a girl, falls in love with her, starts dating her, and then the girl's never seen again in the next movie. Well, this girl's never seen again in the rest of its movie. But I don't hate this movie, but I don't like it either. I'm kind of very mixed on it. There's parts I like, parts I don't, but yeah. So that was my review of both Batman Forever and Batman and Robin. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please look forward to next week where me and my nerd friends do our Batman v Superman spoiler podcast, we're gonna call it. I'll catch you guys later and see you.